I know you said you didn't hit it as much as I did when it comes to props.
The draft props.
I do have some interesting ones that I wanted to throw out there. So Shedeur Sanders. 10 days ago on ESPN Bet, which I don't use, I'm actually banned from it. But 10 days ago on ESPN Bet, he was minus 270 for going in the top 10, and now he's plus 300.
Huh. Wait, to go top 10?
Yeah, to go top 10.
What is Dart to go top 10?
So I don't have his top 10, but I do. Actually, I can look it up. But right now, Dart's over-under is 25.5, and Shedeur's is 21.5. They basically think Shedeur is not going to – he's falling past Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh is, 21 or 22? That's probably the line of what it is. And basically they're saying that teams are going to be trading up for one of them. So I thought those are very interesting. And then the Jags, there was all that steam because Mason Graham was locked in. Yeah, I think it was minus 600 to go 5 to the Jags. Now
you're looking at Jeanty.
At minus 165. And then someone who they're basically saying they're going offense. I think the Mason Graham thing is dead. I've seen this a few times today on Twitter, NFL Insider types. Tet at 5 is plus 650. That's not something I would go throw 100 on it, but I don't know, $20.
Yeah. I feel like Ted is not going to go that high. I think he's going to go top 10. I think he's going to go 9 or 10.
So his over under is 12.5.
Okay, yeah. I would probably.
But that's the Cowboys at 12. That's all.
Oh, wait, the Cowboys are at 12?
Yeah.
Could see the Cowboys taking that.
So those ones are interesting. Jeanty's still at 165.
What
now
about the Niners are at 11?
Yeah, I can see that as well.
They just got rid
of did you hear yesterday Devontae Adams saying that they did offer him, they lowballed him?
Oh, really?
They are looking at a receiver, so yeah.
Well, they knew he wanted to go to the West Coast, so I'm sure the Rams, Chargers, and 49ers all sent him a hello.
And then if we want to just bet our top 4 QBs, we can do a QB exacta: Ward, Dart, Sanders, Milrow. That's plus 370. I like that a lot.
That's nice.
And then I have a plus 1,000 receiver exacta where we go Tet, Golden, Emeka, and then Higgins as the 4th receiver off the board. And then Luther, I think, was the favorite. I think it goes down a little bit. This was actually the lowest favorite. I could see a team liking just having that big X receiver. Teams love those sideline guys. It's just a roll of the dice, it's plus 1,000. And then there's also a FanDuel does this top 10 parlay where you can parlay, I think, up to 8 guys. No, top 10, I think you can parlay 4 max, and then you can parlay the first round up to 10 guys. So a top 10 parlay, Jalen Walker, which everyone seems to love now, Membu, Kelvin Banks, which Kelvin Banks is I don't know what's gone on the last few months. He was consensus tackle 1 a few months ago.
Now he's not.
Completely fell off the board to nothing. And now this week is Kelvin Banks week, where now everyone's saying, oh, he's a lock for the top 10. So now I'm confused. He may be tackled 2 or 3 and go in the top 10. I've also seen him to the Jags as well. And then Tyler Warren, who we think stinks, but will go top 10. So those 4 plus 188, which I don't mind that.
I mean, so who do you think are going to go top 5, in real life? It's probably going to be Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, 2 maybe, and then or Travis. One of those 2 are going to go at 2. I know the Browns are interested in both. And then, whoever gets Travis is pretty much got the both ticket.
He's going to Cleveland. I think he's minus 1,000 now.
Is he really?
Yeah. I'm going to pull it up.
I just love the fit with the Patriots for Travis Hunter so much.
I don't know. It'd be a disaster to go to Cleveland and or the Giants. Campanelli's a big Giants guy. Campanelli, who do you like at 3? Who's your dream scenario?
For an NFL team? Any NFL team?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, if you know Cam Ward's going 101, it would be one of either Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter.
Gerard Mayo needs to be arrested for war crimes. I cannot believe that happened.
Gerard Mayo had the 101 in the bag and was like, you know what? I'm getting fired, so I'm going to play the starters. And
exactly. So yeah, just going off FanDuel's odds. So we have Cam Ward minus 30,000 to go 101. Hunter minus 1,200 to go number 2. Abdul Carter minus 600 with Shedeur at plus 600 with number 3. Number 4.
David said, I'll kill myself if Sanders goes 103.
So just in case if you do that, I would put a bet in for Sanders at plus 600 just so you can like at least have something in your bank account when you
go. I'll feel worse than when I did when the Falcons took Penix at 8 last year.
Yeah.
That was a bad pick.
I like Penix.
Still is. I still don't like that pick.
I don't mind what he showed at the end of the year, but he's old.
I think I hated what I saw at the end of the year.
Really?
From just Penix at least, but that's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people are still like kind of high on him. He got high draft capital, but for me, that means nothing. He was like QB6 for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what he ended up being.
What?
He ended up being drafted QB5 or 6.
QB3? No, he went before Nix and McCoy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Like and Bowers. Like if you're the Falcons, you took Penix over Bowers.
Well, first of all, the Falcons are never ever going to draft a tight end in the first round again.
Yeah. He said, I'd rather light my money on fire than bet on Sanders at 103. Yeah, very true.
I'm saying if he's going to KMS himself
at
103, you might as well.
Might as well.
We get Campbell at minus 450 to go 4 with Jeanty at plus 650. 5, which is the Jags. Jeanty minus 130. I'll drop to 130. Mason Graham 210. So I would do the Jeanty minus 130. You get him around even. That's not terrible. It seems like they could trade out of that too. There's like that 5 is like I know it's very cliche to be like the draft starts at 5, but I think it does start at 5.
It does kind of start at 5. Like, well, who else? Mason Graham.
Graham is 210, Tet 650, Membu plus 1500.
I bet Mason Graham probably goes to the Patriots, honestly, at 4. I bet it's gonna go.
That
1 is Ward.
That would be, if you want to do that, that's plus 2,500. They have Patriots going Campbell, Jeanty, Carter, Membu, Graham, Walker. Walker at 3,000 actually isn't terrible if they want to go edge. I also don't love.
Do you think it's a real possibility that Jeanty goes 5 to the Jags?
Yesterday there was that quote that was like, he's our missing piece on offense. And then I saw a funny tweet.
What are they going to?
There was a funny tweet that I forget.
They better trade Etienne, or I'm going to be pissed.
I know that sucks.
This whole draft is just gonna like. There's gonna be a lot of frustration in terms of like fantasy race. Like a lot of your players are going to be buried in the graveyard by these running backs.
There's some interesting, just a few props before we head out of here. Team to draft a Myron Hampton. Broncos are number 1 at minus 110. Steelers at plus 850. Commanders plus 900. I can't see
falling to 12.
No, he's not getting past the Bears, I don't think.
No, Jeanty's not getting past the Bears. Absolutely not. But on it right now, the favorite is Ward, Hunter, Carter, Campbell, Jeanty. That's minus 150. That's the favorite. Yeah. So I do think the Patriots probably do go for Will Campbell after missing out on Abdul and Travis.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, everyone's going to say, oh, T-Rex arms, blah, blah, blah. He's such a Vrabel guy, like such like that hardo with like the paint going down his face.
Oh, Will Campbell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The in-game.
Like I can just picture like in his pre-draft meeting with Vrabel, they're just like yelling at each other and like being tough like guys. whopping fucking bellies.
He's a locker room culture guy. That's perfect for Vrabel.
Yeah, they need that. And then they could. I would love like a Higgins in round 2. They're like one of those receivers.
Jaden Higgins.
Yeah, I could see him follow 38. That's
I think. I mean, I would easily.
Your boy Luther Burden.
Yeah, I would easily take him in the first 2 or 3 rounds. But for in terms of outside of the first round, I think Io Manor has the highest like upside for real and fantasy. But Ibuka is going to go in the first round.
Yeah, there's what else do I have for any more? Broncos first pick being a running back minus 150. That's the favorite there with receiver at like plus 200-ish. What else do I have? I said Ted McMillan's 12.5. And then you said how many receivers you think going in the first? 4? Or is it 3? They don't, so not counting Hunter. Hunter doesn't count.
Not counting Hunter?
Yeah.
3.
3. So the over under is 2.5 with the over at 2 plus 250 and the under the under is plus 250, over is plus 185. Oh no. I sorry, I read that wrong. The under is plus 250, and then I have the running back one, which is over 2.5 is plus 185.
Wait, they don't count Hunter?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
But it says it on like it just says not counting Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, personally, my favorite prop is Burden plus 225 to be taken in the first round. That's really the one I deep dive into.
You want to speak it into existence? Okay.
I'm going to speak it into existence. Well, also, I mean, an NFL teams just absolutely take the value of like an elite prospect like that at the end of the first. I just don't see how you miss that. Even if you're the Chiefs and you got Rashi and Worthy, I'm still taking Burden as my wide receiver 2 or 3. Like, I don't care. I'm taking the value.
He's plus 300 on FanDuel right now.
Yeah. So I would go for both of those, to be honest. The over-under for wide receivers taken in the first round and Luther Burden. If you like Luther Burden and go in the first round, I would just take both. Both are at good odds. So
Tyler Shuck down to plus 250 to go in the first round.
That is such a fade. It's like, I can't believe this guy is actually being talked about, if I'm being honest.
The guy's also actually like if no one really knows who he is. So he went to Oregon. He backed up Justin Herbert for 2 years. That's how long ago that he was in college.
That's insane.
It's absolutely nuts. And then he's in Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields' recruiting class. They've both been in the league for 4 years, 5 years.
2020, 2021, Fields was drafted.
Yeah. Crazy. There's some other interesting to be picked in the first, like fantasy-wise. Dart minus 350. Trevion Henderson minus 115.
I do like this. Omarion Hampton is plus 500 to be drafted by either the Cowboys or the Commanders. I could see him being a Cowboy.
It's the Broncos. Well, I could see him being a Cowboy, but I think the Broncos. Yeah, the Broncos are in the middle of those 2 teams.
Yeah, Broncos.
If the Broncos pass on him, then it'll go to the Commanders. So.
Broncos is interesting. They have a running back carousel. I like Aldrick Estime. Others don't. Most don't. But if you can get a Hampton, obviously he's better than Estime. So
I would like, being biased, Henderson with the Commanders. Take that Eckler role. Eckler's dirt anyways. I mean, he was okay at the end of last year, but
guys who dump the ball running back.
Yeah. But that's the perfect guy to Brian Robinson, just bang between the tackles, and then Henderson can do like third down stuff.
Yeah, that would be a perfect role for Henderson.
Yeah, it's on the speed there. That'd be.
I actually like the Brian Robinson Jr.
I like Brian Robinson. I don't know why.
He's awesome. Also, I don't know. Maybe it's just like the aura of like getting shot and coming back, and like the many men was playing, and he comes out. I mean, that was sick.
That was. Yeah, and he's a physical runner. That's like the perfect compliment for Henderson.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have. Mason Taylor plus 120 to go in the first round. So that's above Milrow. That's above Burden. It's above a bunch of guys, which is kind of sketchy. I don't know if I like him in the first round.
Okay, so another thing that's kind of interesting is that the Giants, they signed who? Jameis Winston and who else?
Russell Wilson.
And Russell Wilson, that's right. But with those two signings, there is absolutely zero future. So they are probably, or maybe, might look at quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Trade back in for Dart.
And I know there was that video of Shedeur and Malik Neighbors throwing in New York like a year ago. But there's a prop on here that's like the Giants to select Travis and Shedeur, and it's plus 1,100. Imagine if the Giants.
What about the Browns? Who you going for the Browns for both of those? Travis is likely going to the Browns, so I could see Dart with Dayball would actually be pretty good if he even makes it to the end of the year.
That is so interesting. I mean, with Neighbors, you can make Shedeur Sanders look good.
Yeah,
he is a completion merchant.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll throw accurately, but it's just whether he can read a defense or not, or avoid sacks. He was like third and had the third most sacks this past season. Yeah. But yeah, I could totally. I mean, why do they have it on here? There's no other team on here except the Giants to select both Travis and Shedeur. Interesting.
Let me see. Yeah, there's Shedeur Sanders to be drafted 15th or later, minus 370. Jeez. He's gone from like me hoping and praying he goes 3 to now he's not even going in the top 15.
Oh, this one's interesting. Oronde Gadsden to be drafted by the Miami Dolphins.
Is that on FanDuel?
It's on Bovada for plus 600.
Nice offshore.
Nice offshore.
That's how you get crazy on the offshore book.
Oh yeah, they got
they have
the best specials. Are you kidding me?
I was gonna say they have the Oronde Gadsden props.
They have, like, I just mentioned the other day on the running back podcast that, like, why does Skatebo seem like a 49er to me? And they got a prop on here. It's Skatebo to be drafted by the Pats or the Niners plus 600. I'd take that.
Two teams that love like that.
Skatebo is such a 49er. It's not even funny. Like, you know?
I can see that.
Yeah, that's a great fit.
But yeah, so
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we've hit on all the positions. The draft is tomorrow. We'll probably be back next week. I'll probably have Dracoff come on next week, the Wolf, Mr. Wolf himself. Talk some ball after he's done feeding the child. Guy chooses his newborn over fantasy. It's unbelievable. But it is what it is. But yeah, it's going to be a crazy weekend. We have Thursday, round 1. Fridays at round 2 and 3, and then the rest on Saturday.
And then your fantasy drafts this weekend, and then we'll come back and wrap it up and probably move some guys around rankings wise.
Yeah, actually, maybe I'll wait. We'll rip it on either Monday or Tuesday, and I'll wait and try to do like live rankings.
Oh yeah, we could do one of our rookie drafts live or something like that.
Yeah, we'll do like a Superflex mock, and then we have the Roto Street one that'll come up probably in the next few weeks.
Yep.
If you want to go to the website, rotostreetjournal.com, my rankings are on there. One day, Tanner's rankings will be on there.
Correct.
For months. We'll figure out
what.
I have been hitting a bunch of rookie content if you guys are into that. But other than that, there's not much going on right now. I think the draft wakes it up for everybody, not just like the sickos that write about like LaQuint Allen for 1,000 words.
Yes, love it. Love LaQuint Allen. Let's write more words on LaQuint Allen. I don't know. It's just like I'd rather watch the NFL draft than anything else that's going on right now, except maybe my Celtics and Blues. The Celtics are probably we're probably an hour into the game. Who knows?
Yeah, we're at halftime, 50-47 at half Celtics.
Oh, it's close because Tatum's not playing. But
exactly.
All right. Yeah, well, that pretty much wraps it up for ball talk here.
Mhm.
We will see you guys for episode 3. I will probably, upload something to Twitter or something like that. Kind of like a recap of my rankings and such. But yeah, it was
Actually, let's do one more quick thing with you. If you could name like your 5 like guys, who are they?
my guys.
Yeah, you're my guys.
My guys are probably going to be
If you go like one quarterback, who is it?
okay. One quarterback, my guy Jaxson Dart. Easily.
Let's say we'll do 3 running backs since there's 20 of them.
Okay, my guys for running backs are going to be Jeanty, Caleb Johnson. Oh wait, are we doing like?
No, let's not do. Jeanty doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Jeanty doesn't count. If we're doing like my guy, like low undervalued guys, is what
You
we're
can
saying.
start at Caleb Johnson and then go after him.
Caleb Johnson, Ollie Gordon, my guy. That's my guy. Devin Neal, yes. That's an absolute value for everyone everywhere in real drafts and fantasy drafts. He's going to be awesome in rounds 2, 3, 4. I like you mentioned LaQuint Allen. So what's another like my guy obviously for tight end is going to be a Rondé Gadsden. And
then like 2 receivers.
2 receivers probably. Well, we know Burden. But Alik Iomanor, that's going to be my guy. That, like I said, he's in real life and fantasy one of, if not the best value receiver outside of the first round, in my opinion. So yeah, that's a huge value. Jaden Higgins too, very very high on him. So yeah, these are mostly my guys. But if we're doing like one tight end, one wide receiver, one quarterback, it'd be like Jaxson Dart, Luther Burden, Colson Loveland, and Caleb Johnson for all 3 my guys.